How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Talk the Walk. I'm your host, Richard James Luby, the founder of Talk the Walk. So most of my audience right now is saying, who is Richard Luby? What is Talk the Walk? Great question. Talk the Walk is a disability and inclusion consulting service. I help individuals, companies, communities become all-inclusive. I figured, what better way to showcase the resources not only from my programs, but other programs in the areas so that individuals from the disability community could log in or check out our program and learn different avenues or different ways of reaching resources to help better themselves. So I'm really excited. We're at a packed house right now. My crowd is phenomenal. Thank you, audience members. I appreciate it. Yep. Like I said, we're sold out, 2 seats. Really excited for this. Not only is this the first show for Talk the Walk is going to be an ongoing program highlighting different services within my local communities, within state and out of state. I have a huge announcement to mention. We partnered up with the Disability Channel out of Canada. So thank you across the border to Canada. We really appreciate the opportunity to be another show, another great resource for your programming. And without further ado, I just wanted to mention that with this first show, I have a great first guest. His name is Chad Moir. He is the founder and trainer for DopaFit Fitness. It is a fitness program for individuals with Parkinson's disease. So we'll be interviewing him, getting an understanding of how he became interested in the field and how he is looking to change the game with training and assisting individuals with Parkinson's disease. I'm nervous, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very nervous. There's so many things going on with this program, with the show. I have to say thank you very much to Comcast Studios. The individuals and workers here have been great. They've welcomed me with open arms, and I'd like to say we actually caught it on camera how great I was treated. Coming in my first day, you get really nervous and you're really afraid of how you're going to be treated, how you're going to be accepted, and of course, without question, I was accepted from right off the bat. So I want to show you a quick clip on how my first day went. How you doing? Rich Luby with Talk the Walk, here for my first day.
Who?
Rich Luby with Talk the Walk?
Nope, never heard of it.
Hey, how you doing, man? My name is Rich Luby from Talk the Walk. I've been waiting to get in here. Could you work here?
Really important. I'm sorry. I got it.
But yeah, could you just tell Melissa that I work here, please?
Yeah. Security.
Wait. Luby.
Hey, wait! You can't be in here. Call the cops.
Yeah, they were just joking, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, that's kind of like, razzing you. Your first guy, the new guy, you're like the rookie. So obviously, that was a joke. That was a joke, Chad.
Yeah, okay.
Enough about that. Let's get down to business here. This is my first guest, Chad Moir.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, thank you for coming in. So I asked you to come in because not only have we known each other for a very long time, but we're kind of in the similar field, working with individuals with differing abilities. And I really wanted to get an understanding of what you offer the communities. What is DopaFit, and how did you become interested in it?
Yeah, great. Thanks for asking. So, as mentioned, DopaFit is a personal training company that specializes in training people with Parkinson's disease. It came about, my mother had Parkinson's disease. Unfortunately, she passed away 5 years ago, most likely due to complications from the disease. So since then, I've really made it my mission to try to help as many people as possible with Parkinson's. And after learning that fitness is the #1 way to help slow down the disease, I thought, what better way to get into it and get involved?
No, absolutely. I mean, obviously, I'm sorry to hear,
Thank you.
but in tragedy comes great changes, and
Absolutely.
because of it, now you're assisting individuals. It looks like I've watched a few of your videos, not just in the local communities. It looks like there's people all over the world watching your videos. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I've actually had someone all the way out in Slovakia watch it, again, all over the world. And what I'm trying to do is create a platform where people can get the exercise that they need in their own home. Unfortunately, there's very few of myself, Parkinson's fitness experts out there that can reach the communities in a broad sense. So I'm trying to make it where someone can just flip on their computer, watch me go through some exercises in their home and get that exercise they need to really help themselves and to slow down the disease.
Okay, so let's say that I have an audience member who might know somebody or somebody within their family who either has Parkinson's or possible signs of Parkinson's.
Yeah.
How do you first off know what Parkinson's is. Can you give me a definition of what Parkinson's is?
Yeah, great question. So I'll say it in the most common sense of the word, people think of Parkinson's as having a tremor, usually in your hand, sometimes your leg shakes. A lot of people equate that to Muhammad Ali, who, is one of the more prominent people with Parkinson's, Michael J. Fox also. That is possibly only about 30% of the people show that symptom, which is
Really?
amazing. Yeah, so like my mother, she never had a tremor, but there's a stooped over posture. One major sign that a lot of neurologists can see right away when you go in for a possible test or appointment is a shuffling gait. What I mean by that is your feet kind of take small, slow little steps as you move along, which inevitably causes more falls and things of that nature. So there's a lot of different symptoms. Unfortunately, there's still no overall test that says, hey, this is it, you have Parkinson's. So what they end up doing is if you have Parkinson-like symptoms, they give you a medication to help control the Parkinson's. And if it works, then it's, okay, you have Parkinson's disease.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say that because in today's day and age, when people get worried, even me, what was it, WebMD?
Yeah.
I get sick and I type something in and boom, you think you have everything. So, let's say you don't want somebody just going right to a website and Googling Parkinson's and then, diagnosing themselves.
Absolutely.
What are the steps? Like you said, one of the things is tremors, but you said only 30% have tremors.
Yeah.
What are some other areas besides the shuffling gait to be aware of in case of, the possibility of Parkinson's?
Yeah, absolutely. So amazingly, one of the early signs of Parkinson's disease, which a lot of people will see later or notice later that it was a symptom, is small handwriting. So believe it or not, Parkinson's will cause you, it's called micrographia, which will make your handwriting very, very tiny. And it's not a tool as being used to diagnose people, but if I ask people, which I do all the time, so let me backtrack a little bit. Most people have signs and symptoms of Parkinson's for 10 years prior to their diagnosis.
Really?
Yes. So they're walking around, things are a little different, but it's, again, you brought up a good question. What are the symptoms? A lot of people, there aren't these clear-cut symptoms besides possibly a tremor. So what they do is, looking back, their handwriting was smaller. Another major one is a loss of sense of smell.
Really? Okay.
Yes. And a lot of people don't notice that they're losing their sense of smell. A lot of people notice that things are tasting differently. If you ever had a cold and food doesn't taste the same or taste as good, it's kind of the same thing. So those are early warning signs that most people don't realize until after their diagnosis that was a part of it. So it's something that I've been trying to get out. I did a whole piece on how to actually help grow your handwriting larger again once you find out that your handwriting's got a little smaller.
Well, that's great information. When somebody sadly is, diagnosed with Parkinson's, I'm sure, the first set is to be like, oh, my life has changed. But your life isn't over. So what are some things that, let's say you do have Parkinson's, with your fitness programs or any other types of areas to, better your life with Parkinson's?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a great question. And one of the mottos that I like to live by and really instill in people with Parkinson's is we use this word suffer. You're suffering from Parkinson's disease. Yes, your life has changed. You've had a disability. Things are different. They're not as easy. But to use the term suffer, I think, is too much. We need to help you learn how to live with Parkinson's disease, not suffer from it. And fitness is a great way to do it. It's great for everyone to get out there and work out. It makes you happier. It's releasing endorphins. Dopamine. Parkinson's disease is basically a lack of dopamine. Okay. That's what's causing it. Believe it or not, dopamine has very much control of your body movement and everything else. So we can use exercise to not necessarily make more dopamine, but we're effectively using the dopamine that you have and getting those dopamine receptors to release it a little better and at better times for you.
Okay, now, not saying I need to know this, but what is dopamine? There you go.
Dopamine, yeah.
So for our audience members, what is it?
Yeah, so it's created in the substantia nigra, which is a part of your brain. It releases it. It's a happy sensor. It's what makes us, happy, go, and surprisingly, like I said, it controls your movement. So that's why Parkinson's is a movement disease disorder. Okay. So its main thing is it affects your movement, which is that shuffling gait. You don't have control over your body as much as you used to. So it's something with balance becomes a very big issue, which is something that I focus on, more than almost anything else when I'm working with my people with Parkinson's disease.
Okay. And so when you say fitness, whether it's with you or just at home, what are some steps to ensure that they are working on their balance and their movement so that they are holding on to all the functions that they cherish throughout life?
Yeah, absolutely. So the number one step is always, after your diagnosis, consult with your physician, hopefully a neurologist, most specifically a movement disorder specialist, because they specialize in training people with Parkinson's. Get clear to say, okay, you can work out. should be telling people to work out, but it's also an alarming statistic of movement disorder specialists not saying that you should be exercising when they all know it's the best thing for you. It's just we're a very medicated society, you know. So it's okay, you have a disease, here's all these pills, take this pill at this time, this one's going to do this, this one's going to do that. I'll see you in 6 months, which is fine because you need medication. It helps tremendously, but other than taking a pill in the morning, there's so much more you can do.
To complement the medication,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that through my own life and other individuals' lives that society does over-medicate from numerous different things, from anxiety to ADHD, things of that nature. And so it sounds like it's the same with. That's it's sad. So one thing I wanted to ask you is, obviously you're doing great things with your DopaFit training program. What are there different resources out there? If, let's say you were starting this out, you started your organization, where did you learn more information? So like, let's say some of our audience members is really interested in, maybe contacting you, but also wanting to learn more about Parkinson's and the resources out there.
Yeah.
Where should they go?
So I'll tell you the best and most dangerous place, you might have heard of it.
Best and most dangerous, okay?
Google.com. Okay?
Yeah.
There is tons of information out there, but you want to get your information from major sources. I'm a board member for the American Parkinson's Disease Association.
Okay.
The Massachusetts chapter specifically, because that's where I am out there in school. I'm also an occupational therapy student, so my whole life is centered around what I can do to help people with Parkinson's.
Okay.
So that organization really emphasizes getting out, living a healthy lifestyle. So they're very involved in all the individual communities across the country. So that's a great resource to find out where you can go to find exercise classes. Art has been found very, very beneficial.
Art
painting,
classes?
Yeah,
Okay.
painting, things of that nature. I have a very good friend, Saba Shahid. She runs a program called the Art Cart, which brings art to people with Parkinson's, specifically for people with Parkinson's.
Really?
Yeah.
So it sounds very similar. Like, so the key with a lot of this movement is hand-eye coordination, and like you said, moving and keeping your body moving.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said reputable sites. Do you know any reputable websites that are along with maybe the chapter that you belong to that they could research?
Absolutely. The Parkinson's Disease Foundation is also a very big organization that has great things.
Mm-hmm.
The National Parkinson's Foundation is another one. And those are the top three that are really go-to. They have so much information out there. They have monthly webinars, and of course, don't let me forget the Michael J. Fox Foundation.
Okay.
That is the leader right now in research in Parkinson's disease. So that's where you can find out about all the latest things that scientists and everyone else is doing to hopefully find a cure.
Oh, phenomenal. That's great information, and please play that back. If you had any other questions, play that back. Get that information that he just mentioned. You said that Michael J. Fox, obviously he's been a celebrity for many, many years. I loved him in every Back to the Future possible.
Yeah.
Is it sad to see that only attention became apparent when he was diagnosed, or is this a blessing in disguise?
It's absolutely, and he'll be the first to say it, that it was a blessing in disguise. Because, when my mother was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, I had no idea what it was, what was going on with it. But I knew Michael J. Fox had it, and I knew Muhammad Ali had it. And that's what's brought it mainstream. There's hard-pressed to find someone, if they don't know someone who has been affected by Parkinson's or, through other channels knowing about Parkinson's, they know Michael J. Fox has it. So that has put Parkinson's in the mainstream.
Gotcha.
And luckily, Michael J. Fox really has embraced the disease and has doing everything he can to try to find a cure. You're right. No matter how the attention came about, the good thing is there is attention.
Yeah. Now, I've noticed we have a few more minutes left. I wanted you specifically to showcase some possible maybe exercises that individuals could do maybe at home, or some things that you do with some of your clients. Absolutely. So without further ado, we're going to head over to the other side of the stage, and I have a chair set for you. You said that you had some chair exercises that individuals could do at home. Yeah, absolutely. And I always recommend, when you're first starting off, start off using, in a chair. Go nice and easy. If something starts to hurt, always stop. Maybe find another exercise or take a break, okay? All right, so let's head over there. Great. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we are here in the whole separate stage. All right, so Chad, tell me what we're about to do right now. Yeah, so basically, as simple as it may sound to some people, getting out of a chair can become very troubling for people with Parkinson's. Specifically, softer chairs, you don't really, if you get into a leather couch, you want to be mindful that you're going to have to get back out of it. So here's a couple of tips and tricks to help you get out of those chairs so you're not also rocking or
really needing someone to pull you up and then possibly hurting their back.
Okay.
Okay, the first suggestion is if it is a softer chair, kind of move out to the edge of the chair a little bit. Okay, not so much that you're farther off, but as you know, the farther distance you have, the more you have to really propel yourself forward. So you can have your feet about shoulder width apart. If you can look, you try to have a nice 90-degree angle with your leg and with your knee. One way to do it is you're going to put your hands forward. So as you're leaning forward, you're using that momentum, and then you're just standing up nice and tall. Okay, and then you're going to come back down, you're going to sit down. When you sit down, make sure the first time you sit down that you find that chair.
Yeah.
Okay, you do that by really, show you the camera on the side, you're going to rotate your hips back so you really sit back so you find it. After that, once you sit, the first time, if you don't move your feet, every time you get up and sit back down, you'll always find the chair.
Okay.
But we have a tendency, everyone, when we get up, we kind of do a rock, then we come down, and then we move our feet, and that's great, but we're focusing on trying to strengthen up those quads to get out a little bit better.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Me not being into fitness as much, is this is a total workout, Parkinson's or not.
Yeah, absolutely.
I could see myself huffing and puffing and wanting to rock back and forth. So, so this is good, Parkinson's or not, ladies and gentlemen. Take some notes.
Great. Yeah, one other thing. So once you get good at that, I want you to then do it now. Your hands are out in front of you, and then you're going to stand up. Okay, the focus here is you really want to use your core, your stomach muscles to work to get you up also, so it's not just focused on the legs. You going to try it out with me?
Yeah, let's do
Good.
this. So you said to first make sure that you're kind of up front, right? Am I correct?
Yep.
Back straight.
Yep. Let's put those legs a little, yep, there you go. Get that nice 90-degree angle, hands out in front of you.
Did you say go down forward?
Yeah, if you need to, so you're going to lean forward a little bit.
Get the momentum going?
Yep, so go ahead.
And then?
Lean, and then up.
Up, and do my arms stay up?
Yeah, if you want to bring them out, nice stretch. So we have that good posture too. You always, like you did, you want to have your chest up and your shoulders back. Because Parkinson's, it wants to really bring us closer, close us off and everything else. We want to look up, show the world that yes, you have Parkinson's, but you're living and you're living well, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, great.
All right. Is there any other quick exercise? I think we have a few more minutes. Any other quick exercise you want to show? You mentioned something about boxing.
Yeah, so boxing is the latest craze in Parkinson's. Okay, there's a group out there called Rocksteady Boxing. They're doing amazing things for people. Everyone's having it. So you want to wear the gloves?
Sure, yeah. Take it easy on me, though.
Okay, all right. It's doing amazing things. They found that the vigorous exercise is what's actually best for people with Parkinson's, which means really expelling some energy and working hard. Of course, you know, within range of what you can do.
Yeah.
So
I need some Rocky music, ladies and gentlemen. You knew I had to say Rocky once we put boxing gloves on.
that's it. Let's see if I can get it there with my own. Good.
All right, so what am I doing for you, or what would you be doing?
So what I would be doing is I would have the mitts.
Okay.
Okay, and I would just have them up nice and high. So first thing I try to teach is you want to have, because of our balance, you know, and our posture being thrown off with Parkinson's, one foot in front of the other.
Okay.
Again, that chest is up nice and high, so now we have a good balance going on. You know, we can shift our weight side to side. And then we're just going to do some cross jabs. So you're going to take your right, come across. Okay, we're just going back and forth. And then the thing that you really want to do is you want to pick up the speed a little bit, and we're going. Okay, you want to get that heart rate up, really start breathing, start moving hard, and expelling that energy. And then it's also great for eye-hand coordination. You know, because a couple times it's been a little risky. They kind of thrown off, and they kind of threw a straight jab at me. You know, so you got to be careful. I got to stay alert too, but it's good because you're coming across, so you're looking there, and you're looking there, really focused on the bags and really into the moment and into your body, because with Parkinson's, we're really trying to get you to learn how to live in, you know, your new body with your new movements. So the better understanding you have of how your body works and how it's moving, the better you can live your life.
Okay, great. So is there, with boxing, once you become competent in the jabs, is there other moves that you think are good? The uppercuts?
Absolutely.
All the same stuff?
So what I like to do is it's a 1, 2, 3 count. So I'll count up and go 1, 2, and then on 3, it's an uppercut.
Okay.
So then when you switch, it's 1, 2, 3, and then the other side. 1, 2, 3, and then the other side. And again, so now you have to think, because going across, you know, it can be, you can get into a robotic mode and just work with it. So now once you start throwing those counts in, you throw them off. One other thing that I really like to do, people with Parkinson's also, believe it or not, it lowers your voice.
Okay.
So you know, it wants to take your voice away. It wants to take your movement away. So what we do is we do active speaking in loud numbers. So as they're counting, they're yelling 1, 2, 3, and really working those vocal cords, because it's just another muscle like your biceps, your triceps, and everything else.
All right. You know, I want to thank you very much for the time to be my first guest with Talk the Walk. Where could people reach you if they had questions?
Absolutely. Thanks for asking. So you can come to my website. It's www.mydopafit.com. You'll find my email on there, my phone number. Please feel free to call or email me anytime with any questions you have. If I don't have the answers, there's a very good chance that I know someone who does, and I can direct them your way.
Chad, I want to say, I know you have the gloves on,
Yeah.
but thank you very much for
Thank you
coming
for
in.
having me.
Please come back anytime.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first show of Talk the Walk. I want to thank my audience. I want to thank Chad. I want to thank the Disability Channel for allowing me to be a new show on their channel. So without further ado, thank you very much, and you everybody have a great day.
Take care.